So parent feedback and practicing. For Munchkins, you're really lucky because a lot of the parents come into the class and we're gonna be pushing all of them to come in and really support because of the age. The good thing about that is instead of going out in the lobby and having to try and explain what just happened in class to the parents and doing like individual one-by-one 20 minutes long feedback, which is important for other classes, the nice thing about Munchkins is they're already in there. So you can just get it all done. Because number one, they've watched the class, unless they're on their phone a lot. Number two, you can do a group shout out at the end. So I like to turn to all the parents because they can all see. Parents, if I could have your attention for just one moment. This week, students, you're gonna take a look too. Remember, this week, we are going to be finishing up our Find the Ease sheet. Okay, so if you haven't finished it, mums and dads, maybe we can help at home this week get that done. And then I'll say, remember, this is our song of the week. We only have one more week. We do 2 weeks of the song. You need to make sure you can play this by next week so that we can move you and pass you to the next song. And then that way parents, can see what the homework is as well. And then after class, 2 to 3 minutes, again, you're handing out tickets, smiling and connecting with students and parents. And you're going to share any short tips or praise that you have for students, make them feel good. Because music is a hard skill to learn and it requires a lot of encouragement from the teacher for the student to feel like they can push through and persevere. Okay, trial students. So for trial students, you're gonna focus on them. I kind of mentioned this first because they're gonna be really scared to come in. So you wanna shout out their name, bring them in, pay extra attention in class, and maybe if they're coming in really late in the semester, then you probably are gonna need to print in advance an extra sheet that's earlier from the book, and then tell them they can go home with the book and catch up, or they can start in a different section. You can say that you evaluated them through coming into this advanced section. They really shouldn't be an advanced ever section if they're supposed to be a beginner. They should be in a beginner class. Rarely though, sometimes our admins, if they really want to make a sale, they will put that student in the advanced class and then we will try to move them around after they sign up. If that's the case, some parents are like, why is my kid in this class? They don't even know what's going on. So you need to have a beginner sheet for that child. And then at the end, you need to let them know that based on what you saw, yeah, they need to be in level blue. So here's Carly will help you with all the times, but essentially they can start from the very, first page if they come on Wednesday at this time. The other option is if they actually are keeping up, they're just like a really bright kid, then you can say, usually I have to start kids in beginner, but your child actually kept up pretty well today. Do they have any other experience? Sometimes they do. Maybe they've taken piano or something like that. And you're gonna say, that's great. So I think in this case, if you guys want to and you're willing to do the work at home, you can get this book right now from Miss Carly, sign up. And as long as you get to, the end of the book in about 4 weeks, you start working through the worksheets at home, I can't see why they can't continue with this class because they're very bright. And that's a really nice way to also, reward a student who shouldn't be in blue and who you think can catch up. Especially 6-year-olds. If they're 6 and they're starting the program, because it's designed for 4 to 6, it starts off pretty simple, and so they might actually be smart enough to grasp a concept really early. All right, and then again, tell the parents how great they did. Give them something positive. It can be anything, I really enjoyed teaching Miley today. I hope she joins the class. I'd love to see her back. She has such a jolly little spirit, whatever it is. And then you're gonna direct them to Miss Carly because, she can help with all the scheduling and stuff, and you just need to get to your next classes and stuff. So that's one last thing that I'll actually help you finish with is don't be afraid to, number one, make sure you end the class a few minutes early so you have time to do all this, okay? That's really important, or you'll feel very stressed for the next group class. But number two is, don't be afraid to assign them homework and confidently assume they're coming back if you think that they really should. I'll say, okay, by the time you come back next week, I wanna hear this song, okay? So make sure you practice it. And then I'll say something like, Miss Carly will get you all signed up. If you think that the parent doesn't really like being pushed into signing up, you can get a vibe from them or something, then you can just say, Miss Carly's just gonna give you some more information, and then that way they don't feel like they're being forced to sign up by going to the desk and run out. They feel more like they're just getting more info to see if they want to. So yeah, that's it for this video.